and Facebook Live is there, and podcast audio recording is right here. When maybe bring myself up a little bit. Don't know. Should I speak up? Should I turn my decibels up? I will figure that the frack out. All right, did a little show prep back in the new wine cellar office. Still working this whole thing outward. Mm-hmm. And so we might as well get this thing started. I made a Facebook event for the program. So now that the program is live, I will go ahead and throw the link in there. All right, so we actually can get down to the funky stuff.
Now, sisters and brothers, we know we got over by the blood, the sweat, and the tears of sheroes and heroes, some whose names we know and some whose names we do not know. But I want to tell you something. We have been here before. Now, the only difference is we got some company, Rev. We got our gay lesbian sisters and brothers with us this time. We got our Hispanic, Asian, Native American sisters and brothers with us this time. I think Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King said we may not have gotten here on the same ship, but we are in the same boat right now.
In Father Teresa's wine cellar, we believe all oppression is intersectional. And this means our analysis of current events frequently includes discussion of difficult and explicit content. Any combination of the following topics could be included in our show: murder, rape, war, climate change, racism, sexism, violence, sexual violence, homophobic violence, heterocentrism, discrimination and abuse against individuals of nonconformist sexuality, domestic violence, child abuse, child rape, child neglect, elderly abuse, verbal abuse, police brutality, microaggressions, ableism, cyberbullying, genital mutilation, ideological extremism, and people just being total fucking assholes.
All right. I don't like doing the all right. That's your job, but I'm going to do it today. Welcome to the wine cellar. So we have news, we have comment. I don't think we have any personal journal updates today. No. I don't think so. Yeah, just check out the new office. We're going to get some background art for y'all, though, eventually, at some point. So news, comment, all the stuff, all the things. I have a few headlines, which I can now get to because we did the trigger warning. Woohoo! In Argentina, a court Monday gave a life sentence to a man who killed a prominent trans activist named Diana Saikayan. She was murdered in October of 2015 in Buenos Aires, and the trial started 2 months later. This is only the third time in the country's history that the murder of a transgender person was examined in court. Because I'm sure in this entire time, only 3 trans people have been killed in Argentina. But hey, at least this woman got a little bit of justice post-mortem. And then Lisa Loco, who hasn't been on the show in a really long time, but maybe we can get her back on, sent me an article and told me about a new plan to denaturalize citizens. So apparently, even if you're a naturalized citizen, if they find that you maybe used an incorrect name or spelling on your application, or maybe now they're talking about people who have misdemeanors or anything like that, you might actually have your naturalization revoked. Right. So I guess we'll have to just follow that story and see what happens and see how many people get their naturalization papers revoked and get sent home. The article mentions I'm not going to read the whole thing right now, but the article mentions a guy who was 43, lived in the United States for 26 years and got deported because his paperwork had the wrong first name on it. Yeah, a misspelling of his first name got him deported back to his home country after 26 years. So, because we're a compassionate Christian country, I mean that quite seriously, we are a Christian country. This is what we've always been founded on. Chicago news. We have talked about Officer Robert Rialmo, hashtag good cops. He is the cop who murdered, remember the Laquan McDonald story? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's been, he's in trouble again, awaiting trial because he apparently got into a bar fight, started punching people, and told witnesses not to bother calling cops because he wouldn't get arrested because he is a cop. Hey, the witnesses have told this to investigators for the city's Office of Police Accountability, which investigates allegations of officer misconduct. I don't think anything's actually going to happen to him. I just, I don't see anything happening. But it's good to know that he's still getting into trouble, terrorizing people, basically being a thug. Yeah? Yeah. In, where is this? California, I believe. Agua Dulce, Sweetwater, California. An investigation by federal, state, and county authorities led to the seizure of 553 guns. Best of all, they were all owned by one individual. A 60-year-old man. Does it have his name in here? Fernandez. That's his last name. What's his first name? All right. So a 60-year-old man with the last name of Fernandez was arrested, but has been released from custody after posting bond, after police found 553 guns that were illegally purchased. Yes, because he's already a convicted felon and is not supposed to be in possession of guns or ammunition. So, I guess better late than never. They have that. And if we have time, this is just a funny story to me. I believe a Becky, possibly a Beckita, was stopped for a DUI, and during the stop got out of the car and proceeded to grab onto the female officer's hair and refused to let go until a fellow officer cut it. Yeah, that's how long she held onto a cop's hair, until the cop was like, fuck it, just cut my hair so we can arrest her.
That's a fucking grip.
Yeah, right. I'm saying,
That's a
right?
strong fucking grip.
And like, based on the story, it sounds like she was intoxicated. So it's like, are you that strong when you've been under the influence of something?
She really wanted to braid somebody's scalp.
She's
like, I can do the zigzag braids. Let me braid it.
The zigzag braids. And then did you hear about Spencer Rapone?
No.
So he looks pretty darn white to me. A man who was in the military, served in Afghanistan, and while in Afghanistan was like, this is fucked up. But when he came back, he enrolled in West Point because he didn't have money for college, and graduated from West Point, and at his graduation, unbuttoned his uniform to reveal a Che Guevara shirt underneath, and inside of his hat, he wrote, "Communism will win." He did that at his graduation. Pictures went viral. The free speech crowd that loves America was obviously thrilled about, no, just kidding. They issued him death threats and he got kicked out of the military.
God damn.
Yeah, he got kicked the fuck out for having a Che Guevara shirt. So, yeah.
How the fuck is he supposed to protect you from yourself? Really?
I just like looking at Twitter at the comment section. If I see this scum, I'm gonna end him. Like, nigga, you fucking 50. Shut up. He's young. He just got back from Afghanistan. He gonna beat your ass. So Spencer Rapone, who thinks communism will win. But of course, I think the interesting thing there is that he got radicalized, if you could call it that, from going away to war and realizing, hey, we're fucking up civilians. This isn't keeping anybody free.
All right.
Yeah.
And so making this an event and inviting 102 people that are in the Wine Cellar podcast friends group. So there's Theo Loco. What's good, my patriots? We are a little patriotic in the Wine Cellar. Like a little McMurrica. There's Rosita Loco. Said, how the hell you going to denaturalize people? You get GMO them.
GMO.
That's how you denaturalize
GMOs,
people.
Yes.
Yes, GMO people. Then finally the white man can jump as high as Michael Jordan. You gotta, it's really, and those are the only people that actually need to be GMO'd. Like, what the fuck is Martha Big? Is that her name? Martina
Big.
Yeah. White people are the ones who GMO themselves. Who the fuck is running around doing steroids and shit and introduced it to black people?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this is shit that's that we get fucked up in our system comes from them. Yeah, folks are in there. There's Sophia Loco. Wait, where did? And they said not home and 553. What is happening? I'm from 253, Washington State.
Yeah.
All right. You had more headlines. You were excited.
I'm always excited to do the wine cellar. There are 3 dead in a Swedish cafe shooting. Only noteworthy because all these right wingers are the immigrants are the Muslims, the jihadis. Yeah, actually, it was a white person in Sweden who killed other people. Terrorism was not involved. So if you happen to see that floating around the internets, the interwebs, a terrorist killed. No, it wasn't a terrorist. Oh, and fun fact, 300 coastal homes in the United States are currently at immediate risk of rising seas due to climate change.
I moved to the Midwest. And the wine cellar been telling you about fucking salt water in people's yards down there in Florida. That's the fucking ocean coming up in your yard.
Yes.
Nako. Now, stuff and things.
Yes.
I missed Phoenix Kalita's show notes thread that she had posted. But things that I noticed, apparently there's a young man calls himself Chadwick Boseman. Yes. And he got an award for running around making little movie films and whatnot, having a good time. He did. You think he didn't run around having a good time making little movie films?
Are you just mad because it wasn't Killmonger?
Oh, who's Chadwick Boseman?
T'Challa.
Oh, I'm sitting here thinking that's like the director or some shit.
No.
See, I generally don't know. I do not know popular culture, and I own the fucking disc to watch the film, and I still don't know. All right, so T'Challa, the Obama of the movie, so he won an MTV award, and he gave the award to a Waffle House hero. I think I remember something about that.
The highest honor of the night, Best Movie, and its star Chadwick Boseman picked up awards for Best Performance and Best Hero. But things got emotional actually when he gave a shout out to a real life superhero.
Even an award for playing a superhero is amazing. But it's even greater to acknowledge the heroes that we have in real life. So I just want to acknowledge somebody that's here today, James Shaw Jr. Where are you staying?
Now you may remember James Shaw Jr. was grazed by a bullet when he fought off a gunman at a Waffle House in Antioch. Boseman thanked Shaw for saving lives and then presented him with his Golden Popcorn Award. What a moment!
I can dig it. You know, I was like, that's fresh. And I think about it, I hope that there were black women in that house that he saved.
Probably.
Yeah, because you know me.
You know niggas love Waffle House. Come on, stop it.
Word? I don't know.
Niggas love Waffle House. Come on.
I didn't grow up around that kind of thing. And I don't get the big deal about waffles.
Well, they don't just have waffles. God damn. It's a whole ass restaurant, nigga.
Oh, then why don't they call it Whole Ass Restaurant House?
Because that's a horrible name for a restaurant.
Whole Ass Restaurant House.
Yes, that's a horrible name for a restaurant.
And you have everybody twerks. Even if you can't, you fucking try.
Wow.
You get in there and you give it a shot.
Okay. I mean, the same way it's called IHOP, or now IHOB, but you know.
What, the International House of Burgers?
Yes.
Hell,
which their Twitter is killing me. It looks like Cardi B with all the gratuitous bees all over the place. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they're doing that, like, just starting random. They're just throwing random bees in words, just starting random words with B because it's now IHOB, and I'm like, dropping more, bees than Cardi and all the other off-brand bloods in New York. It's fun. It's fun.
All right. That's something I noticed. Again, this is me digging into the old popular culture there.
Talk about Kathy.
Hey, pause. The old popular culture.
Yes.
Because apparently Kathy Griffin started getting at Kevin Hart, but then I realized I already put this in the show notes, and I realized, oh fuck, this is Fox News.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna cover it different. Let's see how this a black man on Fox News comes at this.
She's back. Talking about Kathy Griffin, who after being slammed for her backlash, of course, remember the controversy over that joke.
Being slammed for her backlash. All right, this is off to a fantastic start.
Being slammed for your backlash.
For her backlash. She is being slammed for her backlash.
That's backlash for backlash.
Yeah. Yes.
Nigga, is that when you flip your eyelashes inside out? They're backlashes? What the fuck are they talking about?
This is off to a fantastic start. Fox News never disappoints.
Being slammed for her backlash. God damn, that nigga looks like that. That's what Steve Urkel grew up to be. Like, if the series had went a different direction and it wasn't full incel propaganda and he didn't get Laura, that's the angry, nerdy right-winger just pissed the fuck off. Said, I'm going to go and support white supremacy, then fuck you guys.
Yeah, apparently he's so angry that he can't read the teleprompter. The anger is all-consuming.
Attacking fellow comedian Kevin Hart for not going after Trump himself and says his race is why he should have. Griffin told USA Today.
All right. Now, you see, that's the funny thing is, see, it's Fox News, so they're going to disagree with it.
Right.
But me, I'm also like, fuck you, Becky. You don't tell the nigga because you black, you supposed to talk about Trump. And then she said during his performance on stage, how about you do something on stage?
Well, she does photo ops holding his head, obviously.
That's the biggest thing Kathy Griffin did since
some time.
Kathy Griffin had a show about being irrelevant, didn't?
Yes, it was called My Life on the D List.
That's right. Nick, you so whack that you acknowledged it yourself and got a few checks for it. All right, but Kevin Hart's supposed to do your bidding.
You know what actually is odd to me is like she picked Kevin Hart because you know how Kevin Hart is known for his searing political commentary.
Oh, and for how fucking progressive he is. Like, I tried to watch a Kevin Hart special, I think in like early 2016 or so, like before I came up here to when I was still in Florida. And it was just like the homophobic happy hour. Mm-hmm. Like everything was just like, oh man, watch out, that's gay. Oh, that stuff is gay right there. You can't be doing that right there might be gay.
And I don't even think that's just an act. I think he's actually that homophobic because he's done interviews where he's like, if I have kids and I have a son, I don't want him to be gay. So it's just like, oh, all right. Clearly this progressive voice of the black community is going to have a lot to say about Trump.
Yeah, like, I mean, what? Challenging part with having a cis gay son is that now you got to tell them, like, hey, man, you got to talk to them about rape culture and men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, as a son, you be careful out there. You know what? I'm accompanying you on all your dates.
Accompanying all your dates. Well, on the upside, he'll never have to share a cell with that. What was that child's name who just died?
Oh, the fucking... Some nigga that rap. Apparently, every nigga that picks up a microphone is a legitimate rapper. But I guess some nigga that beat the shit out of black women and beat the shit out of an out cis gay cellmate in jail or prison. I don't know which one it was.
I think it was in juvie, so because he was only 20.
And for being gay.
Yeah, well, because they were cellmates, and he goes, he looked at me. You're in a fucking cell together.
We weren't gonna do this. Should we just jump right off to Kathy Griffin? Who was this nigga's name? Extensions?
I think it's called XXXtentacion. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce this shit. Yeah, XXXtentacion or some shit. I don't fucking know.
I don't know if the nigga was not relevant at all or if I'm just that, because you know how it is.
No, it's because you're that far out of it because like with the new people, because I told you he made that fucking magazine cover of like, this is the new class.
It's like, is this nigga that nice?
No.
I can't even. I tried to put the nigga's name in Google, and Google said, "Nigga, we have nothing, nothing."
What? XXXtentacion. TENT.
God damn it! Can I just want to get close enough that Google fucking just gives it to me.
XXXtent. Oh, there you go.
Died? No, nigga, I want to hear his songs. Nigga. He's a rapper, right?
Because So obviously we weren't going to do this segment, but I read about him earlier just in case we did, and I was incredibly disappointed. I'm even more disappointed. We're like, he's like a woke icon. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, a woke icon?
Yeah, they're like, people like on Twitter comparing him to like Malcolm and Tupac and shit.
Oh, I was like, there's a nigga named Icon too? Shit.
No. I mean, there probably is. This fucking friend's name is like, I fucking forgot. It was like some ridiculous ass shit. Like his manager and his friend. His name was like Sloopy or some shit. It was some like fucking
Sloopy?
Sluggy. I don't fucking know, nigga. I was like, I was so unamused by the entire
smoothie and
Shifty Smoothie. Yes.
All right, he has a record called Fuck Love. All right, let me turn down.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
All right. Let's see what the hell's going on here. God damn it. I mean, is the motherfucker on the YouTubes?
He actually literally was like a SoundCloud rapper. That's how he came up, was on SoundCloud, and then he got a record deal.
And that's the funny thing. We still say SoundCloud rap. Well, I don't. I say he's just a rapper. SoundCloud is just one of the outlets. Okay. YouTube mix of this guy. All right, see if he's nice. Is he nice? Oh, fucking Facebook might shut off my my live video for this. Let's see if Facebook lets me do this. Alright, nigga, I hear the beat.
Yeah. Suicide if you ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah. I gave her everything. She took my heart and left me.
That's the rapping?
That's the rapper.
That's the rapping.
That's big, yeah. Mumble singing, mumble rapping, it's all like the same thing. Oh, his friend / producer / manager's name was Ski Mask the Slump God.
No, it's not. That's not his name.
Okay.
Oh,
he debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200.
You see, now this is that shit right there, right? Because this is what niggas be on. Because you talked about the thing, that makes it ill. Because the record is called Sad and the nigga said the word suicide.
Right.
So it's like, oh, this is that ill shit.
Mm-hmm.
But what about how you said it?
No.
What happened to doing a good job?
But Kendrick Lamar said he was nice. Yeah, don't fucking forget that, y'all fucking Kendrick Lamar stands. Kendrick Lamar said this nigga was nice.
Oh, Mr. Overrated himself. Kendrick Lamar is part of the problem. And I remember and I think Talib Kweli is part of the problem there too, because Talib Kweli was one of them niggas acting like Kendrick was that raw back in 2000 and early 2012. I think early 2012.
Okay.
Kweli was one of them niggas pumping up Kendrick when he did that collaboration record. Let's see the archived chat space. Sophia Local said shaving her head and crying. Oh, you're talking about the motherfucker snatching the cop's hair. There's Michael Wright said his favorite Negro couple.
Hey.
There's Anna Loco up in the joint said, I'm seeing so many dudes going hard on defending him, saying I think his ex was lying because women are crazy.
Which is like the wildest fucking thing, because there's so many like different times that he was abusive to her. It's like there's multiple witnesses throughout like a several month time frame.
Shit.
Because that's just how much he fucked her up. So like it's really wild to me to people, because he was like, he did an interview, he was like, oh, that bitch is lying, she got jumped. I'm like, okay, but you only get jumped once. You don't get jumped once 3 times a week for 6 months. So what's the real story? How come she had this here, and then she has fucking pictures. He broke her fucking eye socket. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, was that picture I saw?
That's a fucking picture.
Shit was black.
He fucking hit her shit in the face with a bottle and shit in front of his friends who did nothing, but yeah.
But I'm supposed to think he's sad.
He's sad.
Nigga should have committed suicide. Fuck him.
And then like he was like threatening to rape her with like a fork and shit. Like, yeah, he was like gonna fucking, we played the trigger warning. We can talk about shit. He was saying he was gonna like fucking vaginally penetrate her with like a fork and shit like that, and then like was beating her ass, and was threatening to kill her and was like choking her out. And then one time after he like beat the fuck out of her, they were at an apartment complex and she tried to get the neighbors to call 911, and he told them he'd kill them if they called 911, put her in a car, drove her somewhere where she didn't even know where the fuck she was, and took her phone. So he basically kidnapped her so she couldn't go anywhere until her shit healed up. And she had to literally like crawl out of a window and like go through an alley and like run away to get away from this nigga and shit. But, you know, I'm sure she made the whole thing up, all like 87 times of domestic violence during the course of their relationship. I'm sure.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was fucking wild, man.
And Fallon Loco said, IDEC, I don't even care about him. All the folks going hard acting like they're personal friends or something. And also said Kendrick is trash. So is J. Cole. Yes. J. Cole makes fake deep music for fake deep people. That's the quote. Ana Loco said, but like I was told earlier today, that XXX was the greatest rapper to ever debut. New voice of a generation. No. What he's doing is not even rapping. It's not. Okay? You hear this right here? Listen to that, folks. That shit right there is called a beat. Okay? That's a DJ Quick beat. Okay? You know what rapping is? Rapping is when you can just look at the archive chat space and say, there goes Theo Jackson. Said, what's good, my patriots? I see you on the microphone and ain't taking shit. And there's Michael Wright, and I'll rhyme so tight and let y'all niggas know I hit the sky and fly through the night. And there's Sophia, I see ya. I'm creeping up on these niggas that don't want to see me get run over in a Kia. And there's Rosita, and that's alright, I catch you slipping, and them niggas don't want to hide. Oh, nigga, I fell off the rhyme, but I get back on it and catch up with another line. And then I run into Ana Loco, Ana Lee. And MCs don't want to step up and see me. And then we can't forget Fallon Matthew when she pulls out a gat and she aims it at you and gives your ass a bullet hole tattoo. What the fuck you gonna do? Niggas shoulda wore blue. That's rapping. That you heard how I projected my voice, landed my syllables, went at a bit of a quicker pace. You know, that's rapping. What the fuck is... Let's go back to extinction level whack nigga.
I'm lost and I'm found, but it's torture being in.
No, nigga, she was lost. The fuck, you was lost.
Love. I love when you're around, but I fucking hate when you leave.
That was the
Oh man, it's so deep. Wow. Fuck this whack ass nigga. And my nigga Keith Griffin, the first person to leave a 5-star review on the Wine Cellar podcast, that nigga slipped. That nigga posted a screenshot of a tweet saying niggas in Florida killed extinction level whack nigga, and but not George Zimmerman. Shaking my head. Fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm okay if they kill Zimmerman too. I mean, why not both? I'm okay with that.
Although niggas that can do both.
But he's not in Florida anymore, but yeah.
And this one that you told me this was old, so you can give the quickness on it.
What?
The Becky with the Blue Lives flag. She tried to set it on fire, got arrested.
She tried to set it on fire, so cops, of course, jumped her, basically arrested her. She was originally charged with a felony, but enough protesters came and, you know, called and showed up and did their thing, and they reduced it to a misdemeanor. I mean, a misdemeanor is still bullshit, but that also means no, like, prison. So maybe jail for a couple months, but no official prison. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but then also it's like, isn't that one of those freedom of speech things? You can burn an American flag, but not a Blue Lives Matter flag.
You think there would have been an arrest at all if it was an Antifa flag?
The cops would have handed you the lighter.
Shit.
Would have, like, posed with you and shit.
Yeah, they'd have pulled some shit out their pocket like, hey, I just fucking took this weed off some blackhead. Let's smoke it together, bro.
Do you want some sheet cake?
Oh, Jesus. This is leftist humor.
That was my favorite tweet of the day today. All these people who were saying, if she was in, we wouldn't have had to miss brunch. They have not missed a single mimosa yet.
Whew. I've had my mimosa ingredients for like 2 weeks in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to get to a morning off where I don't have to do things. And, you know, moving into a new place, you gotta fucking do shit, man.
Yes.
All right, back to the shit. See, I start vibing now. I just want to keep freestyling. We might have a little freestyle session at the end of the episode. Maybe. Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III differentiates between Mexicans and Jews.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't want to hear Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III differentiate between Mexicans and Jews?
You know, I actually, in all seriousness today, posted a side-by-side quote from Hitler and Trump. I did. I've officially become one of those people, because he said that the immigrants are an infestation on America. They're pouring across our borders and they are an infestation. And I was like, that's straight up Nazi rhetoric.
Yeah, well, you know how white people drive up to Home Depot looking for Mexican labor to exploit? That's how an infestation works. Ooh, we want more of that.
Yeah.
Help me put in my new bathtub.
Like, I think we covered on the podcast that fucking story about the crabs. Like on the East Coast that, like the, what do you call them, fisheries, I guess, or whatever.
Okay, like actual crabs. And
yes,
I was like,
actual
is this about STDs?
It's not an STD story. It's actual seafood. No, but a bunch of them rely on immigrant labor, and like during fishing season, whatever the fuck season that they catch crabs, they just basically have a bunch of like Mexican women go up there and pick the meat off the crabs because nobody wants to do it for what they pay. And they all got their fucking temporary workers visas denied, like all the businesses. The government wouldn't approve them, so they couldn't pull up any immigrants. So they just started laying people off because nobody would do the work. So, oh, by the way, so if you eat seafood, this time next year, crab meat's going to be expensive as fuck, so just get your fill in now.
Yeah. There you have it.
Yes.
All right. Now, I made sure I pre-watched this because it's a 9-minute clip, so the fun doesn't start until 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, so they make you wait for it.
Yeah, that's what show prep looks like, kids. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, it starts with the... There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
If a person...
Now, Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III. Jefferson is on Laura Ingram's program on Fox News. You might remember Laura Ingram when she did the she gets her racism on, you know how it goes, and she was playing a speech clip from noted sellout. I can't remember if he's Congress or Senate. John Lewis, noted sellout John Lewis, and she was playing one of his speeches, and with her soundboard, she cut it off with a gunshot sound effect.
Yes.
Yeah. And even those fucking funny style ass neoliberal niggas over at the Mamocrats podcast, they're like, that's not even dog whistle. That's just straight up racism. The Mamocrats are the ones I was playing.
Yeah, the one they're talking. What the fuck was
they
that?
They all have the heavy Becky accent.
Yes, but what was that fucking line?
Oh man.
Like we were listening to
this is really Armageddon. Some shit like that. Just
this is a dictatorship or some shit.
Major hyperbole. You're an upper middle class white woman in California. Donald Trump, ain't none of his policies gonna touch you. All right.
In those circumstances, I just think it was important to have the people understand that this is how your opponents, General Sessions, are demagoguing this issue. Let's listen.
All right. So now they're gonna play a clip from his opponents demagoguing.
I love one of the most like propaganda things they do is how they address the person who's the guest, right? If they like you, they say your title. If they don't, you're just like Mr. or Mrs. Like a General Sessions. Like, what is he fucking in the army? What is he gonna do? Does he have a gun? What's happening?
See, I just call niggas what I call them, man. I might call Hillary Clinton Dog. I might call Obama. I call that nigga also Obama.
Barry Hussein.
Yeah, that's my favorite one because of that show, The Boondocks.
Oh.
It was like Mr. Obama Hussein. And then there was somebody also in the Boondocks. Some dude had like a hat that said Buck Obama, some shit like that. Yeah, fun things. All right, so Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III, his detractors are demagoguing.
Mm-hmm.
I walked down that railroad siding where the families were separated, and that's why I used that picture. Now, look, I know we're not Nazi Germany, all right? But there is a commonality there.
This is the United States of United States of America. It isn't Nazi Germany, and there's a difference. And
that one speaking right now is pro-NSA until they spied on her, Dianne Feinstein.
We don't take children from their parents until now.
Until now. Never in everness before-ified.
Yeah.
Has children been taken from their parents in McMurka.
What, are you suggesting that foster care is corrupt and steals children from their parents?
It was founded on that. Christopher Columbus and his pirates.
Are you suggesting slavery happened and families were separated? Are you suggesting residential schools happened where Native children were taken?
Well, in slavery, that did not happen.
That never happened. All the family units stayed together.
No, because they're black. Don't black people call each other fam? So no matter where they were,
they were still family.
They were like, yo, what up, fam? So
right. And that's why the dissolution of the black family didn't happen until the 1970s when feminism happened. We never had any problems.
Gloria Steinem went door to door. She was like, listen here, colored woman, you better get away from that man and get on welfare. It'll be much better. And all the black women said, that sounds awesome. Yes. Is there Section 8? Fuck yeah.
I get a Cadillac and lobster, right?
Yeah. A lot of them still have their Cadillacs.
They still have their Cadillacs.
And white men have to do the upkeep for free.
Ugh.
Shit.
That's the real oppression.
It is. That's why Donald Trump's hands are so small.
He's been working on Cadillacs all 72 years of his life?
Yep.
Okay.
He has never really had, so his fucking fingers were always scrunched down with ratchets and wrenches. He never got to spread them out, never got to spread his little wings. All right.